Hi, I'm Roy from Roy's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 1998 Honda Civic 1.6 liter standard shift. I'm going to show you how to replace the clutch slave cylinder. These are the tools I'm going to be using today to do this job. 3/8 ratchet, another 3/8 ratchet, 12mm socket, 10mm tubing wrench, 9mm wrench, and some super white grease. These are the parts I'm going to be using today to do this job. Dot 3 brake fluid. This is a clutch slave cylinder, Duralast, part number 13090. Okay, the slave cylinder is located right here. The problem is it's leaking brake fluid, so I'm going to be replacing it. So I'm going to be removing this tubing and I'm going to be removing these two mounting bolts. Okay. So I'm going to be putting this rubber plug so the fluid doesn't come out. Okay, this is the clutch slave cylinder I'm going to be using today. It's held on with two bolts, one here and one here. Then I'm going to be screwing on my tubing in here, and I'm going to be bleeding the slave from here. But first I'm going to be putting on some white grease right onto this ball. This is what contacts the fork in the transmission. So I'm going to be connecting my brake tubing first. So I'm going to be tightening up the two bolts. So I'm going to be tightening up this tubing. So I'm going to be filling up the clutch master reservoir. So I filled up the clutch master with brake fluid. Now I'm going to be opening up this bleeder screw, and I'm going to try to see if I can gravity bleed this system before we bleed it. Just open it and hopefully the brake fluid will start coming out. Okay, so I tried gravity bleeding the clutch slave. That didn't work. So what we did was we pumped the clutch pedal up and down, and finally the brake fluid came out. So now I'm going to finalize bleeding the clutch slave. Okay, so now I'm going to be bleeding the slave. So one person in the car has to push the clutch pedal all the way to the floor, and then I'm going to be opening up this bleeder screw. Make sure there's no air in it. Okay, let go and then pump again. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to be shooting some water on my connections and the bleeder screw. I'm going to dry it off with some air. So we're going to be stepping the clutch pedal, hold on for about maybe 15-20 seconds, and make sure there's no leak from here and there. Okay, so over here and over there, looks like there's no leaks. Okay, so now I'm going to be topping off the clutch master reservoir. So that's how you replace a clutch slave cylinder. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Aloha.